welcome to Sport at 10, and good to have you with us.
Thank you very much, Tom.
I know,
I'm a very shy guy. But on the field, I'm not shy.
You're not shy?
I'm not shy to do what God has blessed me with.
Now, let's start with last year.
Yeah.
You, I think, gave something like, what, 500,000, maybe a little bit more, rand to various charities. How difficult is it to give like that?
As soon as I won Sports Star of the Year, and I was told that 500 must go to any charity of my choice, I was so excited because already that was my plan. When I was announced as the winner, I told myself that I can't take all this money home.
Just remind us, where did the money go?
500, I invested it. I bought a property with that 500 that I got,
and then
cash.
The charity money?
And the charity money, I donated 350,000 to my former school. And the 150 from that 500, I had to take it to an old age home. And those grannies, as much as they didn't know who I was, they knew who Itumeleng is on the day. Yeah, so
Thabo September, let's talk to you for a second here, because you have been instrumental in your region. What are you involved in? Tell us about the Thabo September Foundation.
Yeah, the foundation, you know, when you are a soccer player, you realize how fortunate you are, how lucky you are that you can play and work something that you love. And yeah, so starting the foundation for me was to say, these boys, Southern Cape is in the garden route. People know about the garden route because it's the nicest route to take when you go to Cape Town. Exactly, you stop and enjoy your life. But with football, there's so much football in that area that I saw the need that even before I end my career in soccer, I must start investing in the youngsters and making sure that they get the opportunity before I leave football. And yeah, and that's what is happening. I've got an under-17 boy playing in the national team now.
Guys, you know, we see these things with foundations and stuff, and I have to ask you this question straight. You don't earn anything from a foundation. It's not a cover for bringing money in and then, you know, get a million, put me 100,000. You know, it's not that kind of thing.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's just the passion. Sometimes we forget how we were when we were kids, the joy that a soccer ball could bring you. If I had a soccer ball now as a kid, I know Gune would join and want to play, you would want to play, everyone would want to play.
Thabo's got a passion clearly for young footballers. That's where he's really focusing in terms of giving back. Once you start and you have your holding company and you're starting to do that, where will your focus be? What is your passion from a charity perspective?
to be quite honest, as a goalkeeper, I mean, on my social networks and on my email address, I get a lot of requests. People want me to have a goalkeeping academy. I mean, a lot of people out there or youngsters are inspired by my work. I was also inspired by Brian Baloyi, whom I grew up watching. He once gave me a pair of gloves that I slept with in my bed for the next 2 weeks. So I know that feeling that when someone says, can I please have a pair of gloves? I even had to ask Nike to come in the picture and help me to say, I've got a budget of my gloves that I use throughout the season. But can you please give me other gloves that you can put my name on? And I know every game I go to, I need to carry gloves. Like there's an initiative I introduced last season where every after game, I would spot someone wearing Kune jersey, number 32, wearing an armband. Those people are fans, but I would go to one of them and give them my gloves. So that's the initiative I've introduced.
And those gloves will end up with the goalkeeper in the community.
Yes.
And that's
and even if I give them to a lady or to a gentleman, he goes home, he gives them to his son. And his son will be so inspired to say, I want to be like Kune one day. I wanted to be like Brian and be beyond. And that's exactly what I've achieved.
The armbands, and I see it here, it's written on the actual armband, it says, I'm possible, not impossible. I actually read it the first time and I thought impossible. It says I'm possible. So I'm going to put that on. And I owe you 50 rand.
You do.
I owe you 50 rand for this. Because this is a 50 rand armband, but I'm giving towards a great cause as far as football is concerned. One day, to wrap things up, guys, one day, when we look back and Itumeleng Kune's foundation holdings is now up and running, where do you want it to be? What do you want it to see it doing? How big do you want it to be eventually?
To be quite honest, I'm not looking at it being the biggest out of them all. I just want to help people. If I help people and they're happy, that's how I want my holding company to do in the future.
The goal for the Thabo September Foundation, and also tell us, how do we get hold of the foundation?
For one, if you go into the website, thaboseptemberfoundation.co.za, and yeah, you can see our pictures on Instagram as well, at TS_Foundation1. But to answer the other question as well, all we do is try to help, to give a hand. And if Kune can help so many kids, and I can contribute, just like Sia Nkosi is also doing his tournaments back home. We've got all these close is doing something during the Lennox in George. So we all, as a collective, doing that's what counts. If we can change one kid's life, for us it's a big achievement.
Well, you've already done that, both of you gentlemen.
Last thing from me, we urge other footballers, if they can make a difference in their communities or where the help is needed, we can join together and become one and help one another. Like, as much as we are 11 versus 11 on the pitch, we can also team up, come up with ideas, and try and help the whole of South Africa, even beyond, I mean, across the borders, just to touch people's lives. Last June, I was in Lesotho. So many people follow South African football. In Botswana, so many people follow South African football. So all I'm saying is we can even just go across and just put a smile on other people's lives. And it will mean a lot to them for the rest of their lives.